All right, let's dive into something that school never teaches you. And, the banks, well, they definitely don't want you to know this stuff because they make a ton of money when you don't. We're going to break down the real guide to owning a car, the one that actually builds your wealth.
So let me just ask you, straight up, is your car keeping you poor? I mean, do you ever get that feeling? You're living paycheck to paycheck, even though on paper you make a pretty good salary. You look at your bank account right before payday, and poof, it's gone. But hey, there's a shiny new car sitting in the driveway. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone.
Okay, let's just get brutally honest for a second. This quote right here, this is one of the most powerful financial truths you will ever hear. A depreciating asset is just a fancy way of saying something that loses value. In a new car, it's the undisputed champion of losing value. Its price literally starts to tank the second you drive it off the lot.
And that's exactly why we have to start thinking of the car as a potential wealth killer. For most of us, a car is the second biggest purchase we'll ever make, right after a house. But here's the crazy part. Unlike a house, which can go up in value, your car is actively fighting against your financial freedom. It's designed to keep you stuck in a cycle of payments and debt. I want you to think about it like this. That 4,000-pound hunk of metal sitting in your driveway, it's not just a way to get around. For way too many people, it's the single biggest thing standing between them and building real, actual wealth. It's a wealth killer, plain and simple. So let's pull back the curtain and get into the hard math. These are the numbers that the lenders and the car salespeople are really hoping you never sit down and figure out. Let's break down the real cost of driving. This chart just says it all, doesn't it? A really solid rule of thumb for financial health is to spend no more than, say, 10 to 15% of your take-home pay on everything related to transportation. And I mean everything. The payment, insurance, gas, repairs, the whole shebang. But the reality for so many people, it's closer to 25%. A huge difference. And let's put that 25% into terms of your most precious resource, your time. When you're spending a quarter of your income on your car, it means you're spending a quarter of your entire working life just to pay for that car. That's not a lifestyle, it's a financial prison. So, how do we get out of this trap? Well, it doesn't start with a fancy new budget app. It starts with a total shift in your mindset. The key is this rare, incredible skill called contentment. And believe me, it is way more powerful than any hot stock tip. Contentment is the ultimate antidote to that keeping up with the Joneses disease. I mean, we live in a world where social media is constantly screaming at us to look successful. Contentment is that quiet, powerful voice inside that says you're perfectly happy with a reliable car that gets you from point A to point B, because you don't need a fancy logo on the hood to feel good about yourself. And this slide just breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you've got looking rich. That's the new car, sure, but it's also the $800 a month payment, the constant stress about money, and absolutely nothing in savings. Then you have being rich. You can't see it from the outside. It's a reliable, paid-off car, which means zero payments, real freedom, more time, and a savings account that's actually growing. Okay, so let's shift gears from the mindset to the actual strategy. This is the car hacking formula. It's a step-by-step game plan to take this thing that's normally a huge financial drain and flip it into a tool that actually builds you wealth. It's awesome. The best part about this is how simple it is. Step 1. You buy a solid, reliable used car for, say, $3,000. You pay cash. Now, because you don't have a car payment, you take that $500 you would have sent to the bank and you pay it to yourself into a savings account. After 1 year, boom, you've got $6,000 saved up. You take that money, add in whatever you get for your old car, and you buy a better car, again with cash. You just keep rinsing and repeating the cycle. And this timeline just shows you the incredible power of this strategy. After year 1, you've saved $6,000 and you're driving a much nicer car. In year 2, you do it again, saving another $6,000, letting you upgrade to an even better car. All while your savings just keep stacking up. You're constantly improving your ride and building wealth, all without giving one single penny of interest to a bank. Now, of course, a plan like this is more than just numbers on a page. To really pull it off, you've got to develop a few key personal qualities, virtues, really, that are going to help you win the long game when it comes to your money. These are pretty much the keys to the kingdom: self-discipline, learning to delay gratification, and just a healthy dose of frugality. And here's a super practical tool for you, the 48-hour rule. It's simple. Before you make any purchase that isn't an absolute necessity, just wait 2 days. Give yourself that cooling off period. You'll be amazed how often that emotional "I have to have it" feeling just disappears.
Look, at the end of the day, it all comes down to something called opportunity cost. You can have almost anything you want, but you can't have everything. Every single dollar you have tied up in a car that's losing value is a dollar that isn't working for you, earning you money through compound interest in an investment. It's a choice.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question to really think about. If you got rid of that car payment, what could you do with an extra $500 a month, every single month, for the rest of your life? What kind of freedom could you buy with that? What kind of legacy could you build? The answer, well, it just might change everything for you.